What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh my God. Did Shannon Sharpe just destroy Will Smith? It's like he watched my live stream yesterday. I understand Kwame's position. We disagree on what happened, but I understand. I understand that position inside of it. But knowing how all this played out, I felt that he just chose really Chris to be the victim and the punching bag of the jokes. But oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Did Shannon Sharpe go in? He went in, y'all. And we finna get into all of it. I'm just letting everybody get in here before we get the show rolling. Okay? That man went in. He said every single thing I said. But he felt like I did watching that go down. As everybody black seemed to be like on board with it. And don't forget, on the Casino for Life Patreon today, it is uploading as we speak. For all VIP members, you're going to see video on all of this. That's right, leading up to it, everything. You're going to have the complete chronological order of all this nonsense on everything that went down. Because a lot of people didn't know what was going on because they had forgotten all about it. Then a lot of people saw my video, then start putting two and two together. But me, I actually watch these Oscars and pay attention. Most people don't. Oh, Shannon Sharpe must have been up late watching my damn live because it was only like what 10 o'clock or something, 10:30 or something when I went live. So it was about the incident had just happened probably about 30 minutes prior to him winning. So this is before he even won Oscar. I was live. And they had to been watching my live stream as to find out because my title was why it happened. So I gave the details as to why the slap happened. And I guess Shadow was watching. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But we had like 40,000 watching. And when it was all said and done. So that was, there was a lot of people there.
I was surprised and shocked as everybody because I'd never seen anything like this. This is the epitome. This is the height of what they do. This is the Oscars. This is not, we've seen at some of the award shows, and we don't need to name it, where people get to fighting, people get to shooting. But this is, people of elegance, and they, just, they're high and mighty, and they're dressed in their best, their Sunday best. And they're, this is where they go to be lauded for their performances.
Yep.
And to have Will Smith behave in this manner, he's talking about, disreading that, he's protecting his wife. Well, where was her protection of a man when she was at the red table talking about what she was doing with this entanglement? Where was her protection of her husband?
Where was her protection of a husband at that red table talk? You see that? I dare Will Smith to go slap Shannon Sharpe right now. Where was your protection of your husband when you was up that red table talk talking about your entanglements? Where was your protection of Will Smith? You had to fly that man back on a doggone plane, back from a movie shoot. He on a set filming a movie. He got to fly back for your BS. And everybody showed a meme of Will like this. He dead tired. He wasn't crying. He was tired. He got to get back on a plane. I told y'all this all when that happened. When I did my video, I told you, I said, Will is shooting a movie. He got to come back to try to fix her mess. This got nothing to do with Will. This is her mess. She didn't kick her daughter and her mama out. Why? You always got them sitting there when you're telling everybody else about their damn life, and got this little kid, your daughter, who barely 20 years old, talking about relationships and all that. I'm like, whoa. First of all, your little ass need to go play. This grown-up talk. You need to go. But you got your daughter out there giving grown people advice. Yeah, I think that if I'll be like, whoa, hold on. Can you buy liquor? You can't buy liquor? Then get your little ass in your room and go play on your internet or something. Go whip your hair back and forth. Don't come over here talking about my goddamn life. Hey, what's going on over here? Griffin Notary Service LLC. Let me address your statement. You said the Red Table Talk was about a decision his wife made. Jada she didn't do nothing for Chris Rock to come at her. This goes back to 2016. He was making light and making a joke about what she said when she started the movement against the Oscars, which we all agreed because there have been no black nominees, right? No black nominees for 2 years in a row. People of color, period. Oscars are white. So she was saying we need to start our own thing and strengthen our old shows that we used to have, like Soul Train Awards, stuff like that, where we honor ourselves. That's what she was saying, and I was with that. Not let's change the Oscars. Let's do that. I'm like, cool. But then Will got upset and started boycotting, so he just made light of it because he was the host. And that's when she said, and don't worry, on the Patreon, we break it and explain it all to you. You're going to have it all with video. Actual video from Jada, Chris Rock, everything. I got it all. It's done. Video's coming up. It's cooking up right now. It's uploading. It's going to take some minute, but it's going on the VIP Patreon. But from last night, dude, Griffin, he didn't attack that woman. Come on. That's trash. And then you don't do that. Will Packer was the executive producer, a black man. First time a black man ever executive produce an Oscar show, and you want to turn it to the damn Source Awards. That's ridiculous. There's no excuse for Will to do that. And if you're a wife, you don't want your husband to ruin his career over something like that. You could have slapped him in the back room. You could have slapped him at the after party. And then it's all these women out here. That's right. If it's on site. I'll be like, yeah, because that's why you got $65 and a baby daddy in jail right now, because you think like that. It's on site. Yeah, no, y'all just messy. And y'all little messy, trampy women is getting these men caught up in all these doggone situations because y'all want to be ratchet and have some drama going on when it don't even need to be. And then have your man going to jail and getting cases over your stupidity. Yeah, Will gave him that speech. He gave him that whole speech. Will told him, it ain't about what you know, it's about what you could prove. No. Look, you want to go to jail or you want to go home? I'm a quarterback this thing. Look, hey, Bradley, you come here, you talk to Will. I'ma go talk to Chris. Nobody's going to jail. You go sit him down right next to Jada, right before the commercial. I'm going in the back to talk to Chris. Okay? All right, that's what's going on right now. Okay, let me quarterback this. You want to go to jail or you want to go home? That's what he told him. That's what he told him. And he went to the back to talk to Chris. Nobody's pressing charges. I'm going to go to the back and talk to Chris. Okay, Bradley, you hug Will. Sit Will in that seat over there. Okay, it ain't about what you know, it's about what you can prove. All right. That's right. Hit the like button, man. We having a blast. We're not even done yet. We're not even done with Shannon Sharpe. Shannon is not done. He just brought up a point, and we just stopped at that point for right now. We're not even close. He just brought up a point. Where were you defending your husband at when you was at that red table talk? How did you make your husband look? Now, let's get into this.
Chris Rock is a comedian. What comedians do, they can do this better than anybody else. They can take a real life situation and make it funny. That's what comedians are. Comedians take situations, and that's why I say, we up here all the time, Skip. I said there's truth in jokes. Oh, that's what they do.
There's the most truth in jokes.
So now what we're starting is a bold precedent. I'm saying something about somebody, oh, look at that weave, or look at this hair, man, bro, what you got on, man, that's terrible. He walks up on stage. What he should have done is what DC Young Fly did last year when somebody came up on the stage and whipped it. Because, see, this is going to be out there for perpetuity. But also to be out there for perpetuity, I'll come up out that tux. I'd have whipped Will Smith ass.
I know you.
I would have whipped, he'd have had to whip me, or I'd have had to whip him. And every time I see him, it's on sight.
Oh man. Oh man. He mad as could be right now. He mad. He mad because that's how everybody was. I'm like, dog, I know why you mad. You want to hit your wife and you can't. You can't. You frustrated at her because you was laughing at the joke. That's the thing. If Will was upset when the joke was said, then I would probably have no problem about it. He was laughing at the joke. And he looked and saw his wife was rolling her eyes like you find that funny? I'm not laughing. Then he realized, damn, every night I gotta go prove my love. And then on the stage, and watch, she's still gonna divorce him. Watch what I tell you. They gonna wind up separating again because she's not gonna be satisfied. She will not. He gonna be, I threw my whole life away. I didn't tell you to do that. I didn't tell you to go on stage. I was just like, I just wasn't impressed with the joke. I didn't tell you to do that. Now you got everybody thinking I told you to do that. Woman, what do you want from me? Life TV. I understand you're not a man that watched the Oscars at all. I'm gonna say that right now. To you, this would look staged. For anybody who don't watch the Oscars, this might be staged for you. You might say it's staged. People at the Oscars thought, is this a skit? Some of the people in there, because they couldn't believe it, but it was like no punchline, no nothing. It was like, no, this is real. But no, that's real. The sad part about it is because nobody would ever do a skit like that on the Oscars. I told you, the Oscars, that is the most upper echelon people and super sensitive. They got all these charity foundations and the Don't Touch Me Foundation. They are passive aggressive people. All of these people are passive. Don't you see the text? Wait, I'll show you when the video uploads on the Patreon. You'll see it of what the celebrities are saying. Black celebrities are, yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, man. My wife going through something, man, and you talk about my wife, it's on. So the blacks and the brothers, most of them are riding with it. But you got this passive aggressive world that Will Smith lives in. He lives in that. He ain't in the hood. He ain't in West Philadelphia. He keep this up, he gonna be back there. But he ain't there. He's in that passive aggressive circle. All of his friends are in that passive aggressive circle. That Will was supposed to be the safest guy. That's Mr. Passive Aggressive. And he didn't do something like that on the Oscar stage. He was going to be ostracized after this. Watch what I tell you. He will not be held up. He is going to be kicked out of that circle. It's already happening right now. If you listen to them talk, which I'm kind of sure you didn't, but if you listen to them talk, they were like, this toxic masculinity is not acceptable. And then his speech pissed them off because he didn't apologize to Chris Rock. Oh my God, more thing sympathy about him and the poor Chris. And Chris Rock came up like gold after getting smacked. He's the victim now. Not Jada. It's Chris Rock. He could have killed him. Exactly. That's what they said. Will Smith could have killed him on that stage. It was an innocent joke. Oh my God, Will Smith. That's all they said. Let's let Shannon tell it again. Shannon got to kick this all off again. Shannon Sharpe, please take the microphone, please.
But this is, people of elegance, and they, they're high and mighty, and they're dressed in their best, their Sunday best, and this is where they go to be lauded for their performances.
Yep.
And to have Will Smith behave in this manner, he's talking about, he's protecting his wife. Well, where was her protection of a man when she was at the red table talking about what she was doing with this entanglement? Where was her protection of her husband? Mm-hmm. Chris Rock is a comedian. What comedians do, they can do this better than anybody else. They can take a real life situation and make it funny. That's what comedians are. Comedians take situations, and that's why I say, we up here all the time, Skip. I say there's truth in jokes. Oh. That's what they do.
There's the most truth in jokes.
So now what we're starting is a bold precedent. I'm saying something about somebody, oh, look at that weave, or look at this hair, man, bro, what you got on, man, that's terrible. He walks up on stage. What he should have done is what DC Young Fly did last year when somebody came up on the stage and whipped it. Because, see, this is going to be out there for perpetuity. But also would have been out there for perpetuity. I'll come up out that tux. I'll whip Will Smith ass.
Well, I know you.
I would have whipped, he'd have had to whip me, or I'd have had to whip him. And every time I see him, it's on sight.
Woo! Woo! Oh my God! Every time I see him, it's on sight. That's how I felt. That's why I said Will Smith wouldn't have made it back to his seat. As soon as he slapped me, he turned his back, walking back. I'd have ran behind him and swung around him and popped him in the mouth. Pop! Oh! Tackled him, man, and they would have had to go to commercial. Then it came back, I'd still been kicking. I've been stomping his ass out. He wouldn't have been able to make a movie for 10 more years. They was like, Will Smith in the news today 5 years ago after attack, he's now getting feeling back in his thumb. Man, I maybe have been my thumb today. Will would have got the worst beat down he ever thought about. I'm telling you, I would have bit his fingers off and spit them in his throat. It would have been a bad night. They would have forgot what started it. They was, my goodness, he went insane. Because that is disrespectful. And I'll let you know why I would have reacted that way. Tell him, Shannon.
There ain't nothing to say. Hey, hold on. I'm watching him at the Vanity Fair, and Will Smith is carrying on like ain't nothing happened. And then you apologize to the Academy. At the Academy, you need to apologize to that man. Skip that. Let me tell you. There's three things, especially in our community. You say the N-word, you spit on me, and you slapped me. Because if you go back when we were less than, that's what they did. They didn't punch you, they slapped you.
Got it.
Because that's the ultimate sign of disrespect. When you hear
That's the ultimate sign of disrespect. All those three, the N-word, getting spit on, and getting slapped. Those are the three no-nos. The ultimate sign of disrespect.
somebody, they don't say I'm gonna punch you, they say I'm gonna slap the you know what out of you. Because that's the ultimate sign of disrespect. Will Smith and his crowning achievement, he finally won an Oscar, and he's had some performances that he could have easily won one. Now, Will Smith won the Oscar in 2022, but what this overshadows it. He's never going to be able to live this moment down. What should have been his greatest moment, his best, his joy, is marred by this.
Because most people anticipated he was going to win.
Right.
Okay.
And so now you take the moment away from Venus and Serena about their dad, the story about their family, their dad. You stole that moment from them. Why? Because he made a joke. This is the first time I get it. Chris Rock said something back in 2016 when Will Smith said he was going to boycott, and Jada said she wasn't coming also, and Chris Rock said, well, they didn't invite you anyway, so he didn't like, well, miss you. But Skip, this for him to do that, considering some of the things that she has said at her round table about an entanglement, he ain't slapped that guy. That's the guy you should be mad about.
Yep.
Ain't that what I said? You ain't slapped August. You ain't slapping August. He ain't gonna slap that guy. But he gonna slap Chris Rock. Chris Rock wasn't in no entanglement with your wife. But like I said yesterday, Chris Rock gonna do that special. He gonna be like, man, I just got slapped by Will Smith. That's the first hit he had in years. I'm telling you, it's going down. I will be right there front and center when Chris Rock do that next special. Will need to sue. How will? What? You mean Chris Rock need to sue? Will ain't in a position to sue nobody. He better send a bag of money over to Chris Rock because Chris Rock can still press charges. He decided not to, but he can press charges. And Will Smith he was going to be escorted out of there by the security. See, when they went to commercial, security was all on stage. They were everywhere. Everybody was talking to Will. Will was crying because he realized what he did. No, you don't have to. They already stated he can go down to the station and press charges if he's ready to. So that's not correct.
I'm so disappointed because it's us.
Yep.
For the world to see, I don't know how many people was watching. Say 5, 10, 15, 20 million people was watching.
Not what it used to be, but go ahead.
But it's
Yeah.
us. Mm-hmm. You see, it's us. And all y'all out there talking, oh, that's her man. His man protecting his woman. Really? That's what y'all think it's about. Somebody, it's embarrassing. Will Smith, I hope he went to bed. I hope he prayed. This was embarrassing to the highest degree.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It was an embarrassment. I don't know why people are out here believing that this is a man protecting his woman. This is a messy woman and Jada Pinkett Smith being messy again. This is about Will Smith. Will Smith is always trying to prove he's a man. It's the same thing with Tommy Sotomayor. This is the same type of toxicness that's inside of them. Okay? Tommy lashes out because he's mad about how he was raised in his life. Will lashes out and have these outbursts when he puts on his fake smile and got to take everything that's said and all that. But he can't, he's got to walk that fine line. Then when he finally snaps, because this ain't the first time Will Smith done slapped somebody. I didn't see him slap a photographer. And this is way earlier back in his career, before there was the internet. When people was recording with VHS cameras. It was the fruitiest slap I ever seen, but he did a slap like that to a cameraman. You probably can't find that tape no more. That's how old that was. Yeah, that was the kissing dude. He gave him a little light tap. Man, he just gave him a little tap like, what's wrong with you? And he didn't get no backlash from that because that was like a little light tap. But Chris Rock wouldn't have did that. I mean, Will Smith wouldn't have did that. That was Ricky Gervais up there. If that was Ricky Gervais, none of this happens. I mean, that's what Diddy said. Diddy was like, man, Chris Rock got a chin. He ain't even rub his face. Either that slap wasn't that hard and Chris rolled with the slap like, I'm going to roll with it. Man. Ken Watson, you don't watch the Oscars. None of that was fake at all. None of it. None of it was scripted. None of that was fake. Believe me, Chris Rock would never put himself in a position to be humiliated like that. Will Smith would never put himself in a position to where he could be kicked out and barred from the Oscars forever. And his reputation is tarnished. Because everybody's like, oh, we thought he was a good guy, but no, now look at him. He's toxic. Oh, he's done. Y'all don't even know. Will Smith is right now done. He's done. He's never going to be looked at the same again by his circle. Now he's going to start doing more hood movies now. But as far as that passive aggressive circle he got, oh, that's gone. See, Will wasn't like the rest of the group. Like he wasn't in Jada Pinkett's class of people she hang with. Will was bigger than that. He was way too big. He was an A-lister. Like his wife wasn't no A-list at all. Jada was not A-list at all. That's why she can do movies with Tiffany Haddish. Will Smith ain't doing no Tiffany Haddish movies and Girls Trip. He can't be in those movies. No, he does meaningful movies like Venus and Serena and all those. He does movies like that, like Concussion, he could, and he got the upper echelon, the French, the Canadian people. All of these people are passive aggressive. They're in charity things about no violence. Like, we are in the No Violence Foundation. We talk things out, and you go out there and strike. You were at my foundation. I can't have you back at my foundation. See, y'all don't understand how big this thing really is because you're not connected to that world. So you don't, or you're not aware of it. But most of you who know, y'all know Will's in trouble. And believe me, this destroyed his entire night. This night was for him. Denzel Washington, before the awards, was like, it's Will's turn. He's nominated. They were like, we ain't never seen nobody nominated go for another guy to win. Well, it's his time. He was there he was nominated just to be nominated, but he was just showing up just for Will, to see Will get his award. That's the only reason Denzel was there. Everybody knew he was going to win. This was his night. This is his time. He was going to win, and it was laid out for him. And you just disrespected the Williams sisters, everything. They were all shocked. Like, everybody is stunned about what happened. And now Chris Rock is the victim. And he was like, I just feel so sorry for Chris Rock. And the best thing Chris Rock did is not say nothing, didn't press no charges, was like, I'm leaving. I'm not going to be photographed. I'm going back home. I'm finna relax, chill. It's done. I understood what Kwame was saying, because Kwame was understanding about the honor of protecting and defending the wife. But I understand that element of it when you're looking at it on that side. But me watching this whole thing unfold and seeing it is entirely different. I've seen this from 2016 all the way up into now. I can see if Chris Rock is not the intended target. You know, when Chris Rock said what he said, I'm gonna let y'all see it on the Patreon. You're gonna have Jada Pinkett's response. I got the video of that. I got the video of all of it. It's gonna be on the Patreon probably right after this video. It's gonna be in the VIP Patreon. The Carcino for Life Patreon, rather. I'm not protecting a wife who put herself in harm's way. If I'm married and you put yourself in a situation, you're going to have to get yourself out of it. I'm going to be like, look, if I was a man and I embarrassed my wife, I'm not going to have my wife come get me out of it. I'm going to get myself out because I did this to you. So I got to get myself out of this. You embarrassed your husband by going out sleeping with your son's best friend. And you having an affair with him in his house and everything, whether he knew or not, you embarrassed him in front of the world because the world didn't know. For years, you going around in a relationship with this man, embarrassing Will now, ruining his career. Everybody felt sorry for Will. Will had to fly in and be there for you to do that, to save his face. But he flew in to save you because it was all about you, Jada. Now, Will snapped because his whole life he's been told, Will Smith has been told his entire life, I am not, his entire life, he's been told this one truth. And it's written in his book. I had it on audio. I listened to it on the plane, his inspirational book. And he basically tells why he is the way he is. And he is more like the people that you see him hanging around. He is more like that. But he can't show that he's that way because he feel like I gotta be a protector. I didn't protect my mom when my dad used to beat my mom. And I couldn't do anything about it. So in my family, I wanted to definitely be the protector. I wanted to never have a divorce. I wanted to make it work. No profanity. We got to take profanity out. That's the cause of it. All the cursing that used to go on in our house, and my father would just beat my mom, and I couldn't do nothing. So he felt helpless. So now he feels like he got to show I am a protector. I got to protect. That's what all that was about. He got to protect his wife because he's been shown for having no backbone. Will don't have no backbone. When they came after her in 2016, and Chris Rock just did a little joke about it, and you chose Chris Rock. Everybody had something to say when she made that statement. The whole media world. But you chose to take it out, take all your frustrations out on Chris Rock. Because you want to protect your wife. Okay? And everybody said, that's what you do. You protect. Okay. His heart was in the right place. No, it wasn't. His heart wasn't in the right place at all because this had nothing to do with his heart. He laughed at the joke. He didn't see no harm in it. His wife triggered that by her rolling her eyes and giving Will the stank look. And then when he got up and went on stage, she didn't try to stop him. She didn't say nothing. She is about that ratchet behavior. She's the one that's been ratchet her whole life. Be more girl. Ratchet. She's streets all the way. She's the one that had to change and muzzle who she was to fit Will Smith's persona. Jada is just like she was, ratchet, talking back like she was in Low Down Dirty Shame. That's Jada Pinkett Smith. Same way she was in it on the different world. That's her, the Be More girl. That's her. He was laughing at the joke. If Will Face got mad when the joke was said, then he's reacting to the joke. He don't like it. He felt that it's disrespectful to his wife. He didn't feel that. He was lying. His wife had a stink eye, and he was like, oh, she don't like it. I gotta react. Now I gotta show my love. And that's what makes it phony. Because if Ricky Gervais would have said that, Will would have stood there, laughed, and talked about it later and told his publicist, and they would have talked about what Ricky said was disrespectful to his wife and all this stuff. They'd have handled that at a commercial break. He would have never rushed that stage and slapped Ricky Gervais. And for anybody, like I tell you, if you don't know who Ricky Gervais is, look up Ricky Gervais and you will never have this problem again. She is somebody who has been promiscuous her entire life. She has slept with Eazy-E. She done slept with everybody up and down the pipe. All you got to do is go on the Patreon. You're going to find out everything. She has been promiscuous her entire life. She has not changed. She never was in love with Will Smith. They met, their relationship started on a telephone call, and he said, Are you in a relationship? She was like, No. Well, you in one now. We're dating. And he hung up the phone. She was like, Okay. And that's how it went. That's how it went. Over a telephone. She cursed Will out, did her ratchet thing at a table. He took her into the back and talked to her and told her, Look, this thing's going to end right now unless you start cursing. She was like, No, because she wanted it to work. She was in a bad spot in her life with her career and everything else. She wasn't doing nothing but these B-rated movies. Then she wasn't making any movies. Then the last movie she made, Will Smith basically put her in the title role in the god awful movie Woo, where she played Woo, supposed to be this sexy girl everybody cared about. Another thought movie. Yeah, she's gonna fight to Easy baby mama and everything. Baby moms is coming there to put the hands on Jada. Easy and Jada, man, trust me. She never was in love with him. She loved Will, but she's not in love with Will. That's the thing. Will knows that this is a business relationship. This is what it is. It's a business relationship. That's why Will was out dating the chick he was dating, somebody he can go pal around with. They didn't care, and they start talking that open relationship crap. We're in an open relationship, but they don't want to mess up their brand of Will and Jada. But your symbol of your relationship is reflective on your children. You look at their children. Do they children look like they are together? Do they look like, I mean, you got the daughter, she don't know what she want to be. The son, he all confused. He don't know what the hell he is. I mean, look at them. Your children are a reflection of your relationship. And all you got to do, he said, Liza Koshy chick. I was like, who is this random chick with 18 million subs? What is you talking about? I mean, that was random. Who is that? Was it somebody in here with 18 million subs, you mean? Oh, that's the girl Will was messing with. Okay. All right. Now it's making sense. Yeah. See, I don't remember the names. I just remember the story when it was going down. I mean, that was a light joke. he was trying to make light of the evening by saying, but I mean, the joke landed. I mean, damn, she do look like she could play in G.I. Jane. Part 2. I mean, what was the harm in that? She got alopecia, man, and that's a disease. Look, man, come on now. Look, let's stop this. We know people that had alopecia. Okay, alopecia is treatable. All right, let's stop making it leukemia. All right, don't do that. Yeah, that's what I said, Robert. Yeah, it's crazy. Cause now, but this ruins your husband. How does this help you, Jada? This ruins your husband, and now it ruins you. Because what you did was upset about a joke. Now it's the joke of the day everywhere. You think right now I'll have 1,600 people in the chat? Thank you, Jada and Will. No, he ain't being no Sambo. He being real. You didn't like a joke. Now the joke is you all 24 hours of the day. Worldwide. They're joking about you in Australia. They're joking about you. Your husband is being ran through the mud. Worldwide. That's protecting your wife? She didn't like a joke. Now the joke is being respread all around the world. Had they that she just said nothing and let it went on, it would have never been thought about. It'd have been Will's big night. He would have got the Oscar. That would have been the talk of everybody today. Will Smith's got the Oscar worldwide, and he threw it all away because his wife. Look, Linda says she has alopecia. I didn't take offense to his joke. If I was Chris' wife sitting there, I would have gotten up and knocked the hell out of Jay. That's what's up. I mean, we've known people that have alopecia and go through it, and you got to keep your hair low, wash your hair, you got to do certain things. But when it's said and done, they normally wear wigs, if they wanted to feel comfortable or whatever. But Jada's always wore her hair low. So for her, it's not really a big thing. It's not like she's embarrassed or she's doing something that's embarrassing for her. Jada's always wore her hair low. Her whole life, she was like that. So they're trying to do a spin job to get sympathy for Jada for Will doing what he did. I know, in the Tales from the Crypt movie, it was blonde. No, the thing is that she joked when she told the whole world. She was like, "Don't think I had brain surgery or something. No, I'm going through me and alopecia. We going through it. Yep. So I'm just gonna keep my hair shaved right now. We gonna deal with this thing." Cause me and this alopecia girl, we going all the way. Like she was joking in the statement when she was telling you she had it. That's why if you're on the VIP or the Patreon, let me see if it's uploaded already. It might already be up. Yeah. See if it's finished loading. Boom. It's uploaded. So you're going to get the full blown out view of why all of this is happening from video. Oh, yeah. Oh, you saw the Eazy-E uncut? Yeah, we got video footage and showed the whole chronological timeline of why everything happened last night. You're not going to want to miss that. But Shannon Sharpe, my brother, I am with you 100% because you were absolutely correct on this.
People of elegance, and they, they're high and mighty, and they're dressed in their best, their Sunday best, and this is where they go to be lauded for their performances.
Yep.
And to have Will Smith behave in this manner, it's about he's protecting his wife. Well, where was her protection of a man when she was at the red table talking about what she was doing with this entanglement? Where was her protection of her husband? Chris Rock is a comedian. What comedians do, they can do this better than anybody else. They can take a real life situation and make it funny. That's what comedians are. Comedians take situations, and that's why I say, we up here all the time, Skip, I say there's truth in jokes.
Oh,
that's what they do.
There's the most truth in jokes.
So now what we're starting is a bold precedent. I'm saying something about somebody, oh, look at that weave, or look at this hair, man, bro, what you got on, man, that's terrible. He walks up on stage. What he should have done is what DC Young Fly did last year when somebody came up on the stage and whipped it. Because see, this is going to be like this for perpetuity. But also to be like this for perpetuity, I don't care about that tux. I would whip Will Smith ass. I would have whipped, he'd have had to whip me, or I'd have had to whip him. And every time I see him, it's on sight. There ain't nothing to say. Hey, hold on. I'm watching him at the Vanity Fair, and Will Smith is carrying on like ain't nothing happened. And then you apologize to the Academy. At the Academy, you need to apologize to that man. Skip, let me tell you, there's three things, especially in our community. You say the N-word, you spit on me, and you slap me. Because if you go back when we were less than, that's what they did. They didn't punch you, they slapped you. Got it. Because that's the ultimate sign of disrespect. When you hear somebody, they don't say I'm gonna punch it, they say I'm gonna slap you. You know what out here? Because that's the ultimate sign of disrespect. Mm-hmm. Will Smith and his crowning achievement, he finally won an Oscar, and he's had some performances that he could have easily won one. Now, Will Smith won the Oscar in 2022, but what is this overshadows it. He's never going to be able to live this moment down. What should have been his greatest moment, his joy, is marred by this.
Because most people anticipated he was going to win.
Right. And so now you take the moment away from Venus and Serena about their dad, the story about their family, their dad. You stole that moment from them. Why? Because he made a joke. This is the first time I get it. Chris Rock said something back in 2016. When Will Smith said he was going to boycott, and Jada said she wasn't coming also, and Chris Rock said, well, they didn't invite you anyway, so he ain't going to miss you. But Skip, this, for him to do that, considering some of the things that she has said at her round table about an entanglement, he ain't slapped that guy. That's the guy you should be mad about.
Yep.
Right. You ain't slapped August. That's where I'm at with it. Why you didn't hit the man who was having the entanglement with your wife? You ain't got no energy for him, but you want to get mad because Chris Rock made a G.I. Jane joke. He's like, it's a G.I. Jane joke. Like, for real? Over G.I. Jane? I mean, this dude has made songs. This person that made songs about getting down with your wife. He got an album making music, videos about dogging your wife out, making money, paying his rent. She was paying his bills. If you listen to the song, Jada was paying his bills, everything. The whole nine. Paying all of his bills. Shannon Sharpe is 100% correct today. This is the one time I agree with Stephen A. Smith. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Let me make sure I ain't wrong. Because I'm agreeing with Stephen A. Smith? This don't sound right. It don't. It don't even sound right coming out my mouth. I don't know. I don't want to rest on no banister. Next thing you know, I go flipping over the banister, and next thing you know, I'm on the news. Man kills himself making a video. Look what Jada Pinkett did. She didn't injure the man and took his life. Another thing to blame her for. There was nothing that should have stopped what they call all the assaults. There's nothing that should have stopped any of the transactions that went down between the two. Nothing in the world that should have stopped that. But yet, everything falls on Will Smith. Everything falls on his actions, what he chose to do. Hit the like button. I know you guys just got here. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell too. And if you're on the Casino for Life Patreon, you in for a treat. You in for a treat tonight. I never thought of it that way. That's the Nene. That's the spin that they're putting on in place. Okay, he wasn't making a joke about her illness. Okay, he was joking that because her hair is low, she looking like G.I. Jane too. This had nothing to do with an illness joke and all that. She's mad about 2016. This had nothing to do with her alopecia and she felt disrespected and all that. She rolled her eyes at Chris. She did not. They were mad, period, over 2016. This has everything to do with that. That's the spin. Her illness. She has alopecia. And I'm not saying anybody who have alopecia, it's easy. It's difficult to deal with sometimes. I've seen people with alopecia, they treated it and it got over, but it's not leukemia, okay? It is treatable. This had nothing to do with alopecia. Will wasn't mad at all. He had to go and do what he did for Jada. Because in 2016, they did nothing. So for 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 6 years later, 6 years later, 6 I was in a hotel, did a YouTube video live when Will made the joke about Jada. 6 years later, Chris Rock and Will Smith have seen each other within these 6 years multiple times. Chris Rock and Will were friends. Will Smith could lose his Oscar. He could be barred from the Oscars. They could take back his nomination. Real simple. All of that could happen. Wait till you see the video on the Patreon. You're going to see how black people looked at it, and you're going to see how white people looked at it, meaning the passive aggressives. Toxic masculinity. What did I tell y'all in the video yesterday? Today, what was going to be the word out of those people who are assault was going to come out of everybody's mouth? Then I tell you that's their word? Assault. That was assault. Will Smith just committed an assault. I told you that was going to be their word. I said assault. That's one thing these passive aggressive people gonna say, and he's in that circle. That's their word, assault. It was assault. Watch what I tell you. And I told you this morning, I haven't really seen all the shows yet, but I guarantee you that's what they gonna say. Well, LB said new whites, they don't care. They laughing stock like everybody else. It's the old whites. Exactly, the whites that matter. They're not worried about the teenagers that's just gonna post memes. This is fun for them. This is fun and jokes and games. They don't care. They don't matter. See, that's the thing. They don't matter. It's the matter in those groups. They matter. That's the money. That's what decides. If you go everywhere else, see, this is bigger than the United States. This is the Oscars is in France, Paris. This is worldwide. Japan, China, Korea. They are broadcasting this worldwide. In every country, they don't see things the same. If you go out there and do something like that in Russia, that's cool. That's an everyday thing in Russia. They're like, oh, that's nothing. He didn't stab him. You see people get stabbed on stage in Russia somewhere. They don't care. Right. Like I told you. You said Andrew Garfield. Right, exactly. He don't matter. Andrew Garfield's just an actor. I ain't talking about him. He don't really matter. That's what I'm saying. He has no power here. They're like, but he played Spider-Man. I'm talking to the people that hired him to play Spider-Man. I've told you, it's a much bigger picture than what I'm talking about. They don't matter. What I mean matter, you thinking like a social media matter? No, I'm talking about where's everybody at? Why are we here? The only ones here. Yeah, nobody's showing up. Mm-mm. The lights is off. When Bel Air is canceled after season one, then you're gonna start to get the picture. Yeah, that's what you believe. They die off. He's most of old whites. They die off. He said when they die off, the Oscars gonna be super ratchet. They living a lot longer. Do I think he'll be invited back to the Oscars after slapping Chris? That's a decision call, but I don't think he's going to be back unless he apologizes to Chris, which I think he will do once he gets around to it, he gonna try to go somewhere and hug Chris in public, try to mend things over. About Chris Rock, I don't do that. I'm serious, dog. You can't do that to me on the stage as the Oscars. That's like punching me at the Super Bowl. Nah, it's going up. But I'm like, you just embarrassed Will Packer. You just embarrassed everybody. And the person that's defending you, is it true that Will had warned Chris Rock before he made the joke? No, he warned him before, like, don't insult my wife. Like, just don't insult Jada. Jada still feel a certain way. They had a conversation about this way prior to the situation that took place. And he didn't insult her. He's like, that's why he was like, I love you, Jada. Just a little light one. He's like, that was light. See, that's light. He wasn't going hard on Jada. He said, I won't go hard on your wife at all. I won't do that. Because he's like, I know Jada don't like me or whatever. So I'm trying to make it light. He's trying to make the mood light. That was a GI changer. It was so light and harmless. She just want to be a bitch because that's what she is, unfortunately. Meaning her attitude. And she said this herself. She's like that. And being with Will, she felt caged in because she couldn't be herself. She felt trapped because he's being him, but she's got to conform who she's been for all these years to be next to Will. She's like, I'm tired of being a celebrity. I don't want to be a celebrity no more. So this is her whole thing, is that she's been doing that. You've been trying to link me, Lansky. Did you leave me a message in IG or something? Like, that's the best way to get me. Or on my Patreon. If you're on my Patreon, Chris should have fought back. No, I mean, my natural response would have been fight back, but he did the right thing. Will wouldn't have made it back to his seat. As soon as he turned his back, as soon as he slapped me and he turned his back, I'd have ran right behind him and punched him right in the mouth. Whop! And he'd have dropped and it'd have been, go to commercial! He did the right thing and he played this thing to perfection, because that would have ruined Chris Rock and it'd have been all about Chris Rock whooping Will Smith and it'd have been Oscars too ghetto. I told you, Will took this thing and made it the Source Awards. Everybody called Will soft and all this stuff. Eminem even dissed him. Y'all didn't even know Will Smith made a diss record on Eminem. Went to the award shows, got dissed by Eminem. I made another 20 million. Move right past him. I'm like, go ahead, Will. Talk your mess. Go ahead, Will. See, I used to listen to Will, I used to give him credit as one of the top rappers of all time. In case y'all don't believe it. He said, I knew that. I just didn't give a damn about Will rapping. Yeah, Will Smith got his award. And when he got his award, he was like, I don't have to cuss on my records to sell. You can make records without using profanity. This is proof. right here. I ain't got a cuss on my records for them to sell. This is proof right here. And he's holding up the award. That's why Eminem like, oh, I thought that was a diss towards me. Because I'm cursing all through the record. So that's why he took a shot on him on the Real Slim Shady. Will Smith said he ain't got a cuss on his album to sell records. Well, I do. So F him and F you too. And that's what he was. Whoa. Got this by Eminem. I made another 20 million, move right past him. I'm like, look at Will throwing shots at Eminem, baby. Hey, Will was coming back. Yeah, but like I told you guys, when Eminem, before he was even signed, and I think he was just getting finna start dealing with Dre, DJ Jazzy Jeff had him in the studio, gave him his first show on stage, and all that stuff was in Philly. Eminem was coming up in Philly doing those shows. They was letting him get up there and bless the mic and everything. And he was rapping with Will Smith, all that. They were the first ones to know of Eminem. They were one of the first guys to see his talents when he was with the Outsiders, hanging with them dudes. And then DJ Jazzy Jeff was there. And when Will and them did their show, he was there and came out on stage and did his thing. So they were the ones to really get behind him. So for him to say that and do that, it was like, what? F Will Smith. So trust me, it's on here. The truth behind Will Smith and Eminem beef. We got the truth behind all the beef series. Check that out. It's on here. Oh, he will. Believe me. Bel Air. Well, the thing is, it depends on what Bel Air did. Like they might have a deal for 2 seasons. Like they guarantee the second season no matter what. That can get negotiated in the beginning. So just because it gets renewed for season 2, it's because it was in the contract to be. Now, who remember All of Us? The show All of Us? You remember that show? With Dwayne Martin, Will Smith. That was the show that was supposed to be about the life of Will and Jada. That was their life story. They produced that show. Now, All of Us ended up being taken to move on to another show because the network had already negotiated a deal with Will and Jada, and that Will was going to make an appearance on the show. In one of the seasons so they can keep the show moving. And they canceled all the other black shows on UPN and became the CW. And they can only take a few black shows. And All of Us, which wasn't even the highest rated show, was selected because of Will and Jada. So you got to understand. Nobody watched that show, dog. Tell you. Now I like All American on CW. And I used to watch The Flash until Cisco left. And that whole last season, I think it's run its course. Oh yeah, you'll have something to watch after this because all of y'all should go to the Casino for Life Patreon and to the VIP section because that's exactly where that Chris Rock video and and the Will Smith and how everything went down. You're gonna see the video. You can put everything to bed after watching that because you're gonna know chronological order, what happened, where it went down, everything. Absolutely. So thank y'all for tuning in today. Hopefully y'all subscribed. Y'all all hit the like button. Y'all like this video today. Thanks for everybody to hit on my cash out, which is Carceno, Karceno. That's right. Shouts out to at Kwame Brown Bus Life. Definitely subscribe to his page. Welcome to HD Two Eyes TV. Subscribe to his page. Subscribe here. Yes. You love basketball. Ticket TV is gold. I still have my Lakers breakdown video to come out. We're gonna do that one still because all of this has overshadowed that. So LeBron got away with one, but you ain't got away, buddy. I got you. You ain't going nowhere. Oh, I got you because you cost me a bag.